And Lycan, it looks like
Oh,
iCCup might be going deep.
might be going very into pushing. I mean, you've got the Serpent Wards, you've got the Edict, you've got the Dragon Form, you've got the Wolves, and the Howl. Last ban for EG probably will be a Chen or an Enchantress or something like that. Maybe, I mean, even with those two out of the pool, there's still more. I mean, Enigma is there with Eidolons, should not underestimate those, and there's way more pushing heroes left. I would even like to see a Death Prophet. That would be nice. And unique as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good way they could lane the Death Prophet with what the heroes they have now. I think you kind of need to put Death Prophet in the mid lane. They're looking for more of an off laner right now. And Death Prophet definitely doesn't have a way to survive in the off lane.
Well, unless she has boots, then there is a way, but it really depends. So far, if you see EG's lineup, then you say no, she can't be there because there's a Gale, there's a Grave Chill, and wow, EG, they say, okay, you want to go push early game, we'll go late game with the Spectre. And also, of course, with the Haunting, that's pretty nice if you have a bunch of heroes that don't really have that much items because they're all going to be going in mid then, or going in push, then the Spectre with the Haunt will do quite a bit of damage at some point to the Leshrac and the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, Haunt is definitely a very effective spell, and just because of the style of play it enables for Spectre, you can farm the entire game except when you're very much needed and the team fight has already begun, and you can Haunt in. And having that ability on your carry is very, very effective because it just enables you to have that much more farming time where you would normally be moving with your teammate, trying to get in position for team fights, etc. And Broodmother from iCCup, not a hero we see a ton of anymore,
No.
but has some good synergy with Lycan.
Yeah, and I mean, you can 4-man push and then Broodmother will be on the other lane. If it works great. I have to say, if it doesn't work, it's gonna be really crappy.
That's always kind of the bet you take when you pick up a hero like Broodmother. When Broodmother's good, she's real good. When Broodmother's bad, she's super bad. She does absolutely nothing. She can't team fight at all. She not even really good at fighting just a hero one-on-one realistically. But when it comes to just like being distracting or pushing a tower down very quickly when the other team gets distracted,
That's good.
there aren't that many heroes that are as good as Broodmother.
Well, not unless they have like tons of items that can help them split push, but otherwise,
Sure.
yeah, otherwise you're completely right. I mean, we'll see how it works. AG actually the team that has tried out Broodmother in recent lineups. With well, recent, I say recent, but I believe it was last month or something. But
Yeah,
when Bamboo played it,
Bamboo is one of the best Broodmothers from way back when. He was always amazing on the hero, so it's not surprising to think that they would be trying that hero out. Kind of have moved. I haven't seen it from them recently. Kind of moved away from it because Broodmother is just such a risky hero, and I think EG on the whole are trying to move away from the risky playmaking strategy that they've kind of become known for. Not really having all that much success with getting off of it. But they've definitely tightened up their play in the recent weeks.
Yeah, definitely. So, seeing the Darkseer still banned out. The Luna was the last ban for EG, but EG finally picks up a hero, and it will be the Sand King. And that means that we are gonna see, well, a Sand King Venomancer or Visage mid. Or sorry, farming, I should say. It will be an offlane Sand King. Because Demon
It's gonna
picks it up.
yeah, it'll be wherever Broodmother is. So
Yes.
Sand King is a super good counter pick to the Broodmother because the spiders are absolutely terrible against Caustic Finale. So that's why we're gonna see Sand King pick up here.
Free gold.
It's free gold and it can do a lot of damage to Broodmother if she's around as well. So you can just kind of explode the entire wave. I think you want to push. I think Bamboo might have an idea of what's going on in this game.
I was
Bamboo,
on the
he's a smart
fly.
guy.
They found your strategy. How could that be?
How'd they figure it out?
Yeah. We don't want
We
to
don't
push. Well, let's see who is playing what here. So Beatus will be on the Venomancer, going towards the top lane for now. Fear on the Spectre, as they have expected, right, that the Broodmother will be bottom. So that will be Demon on the Sand King on the bottom safe lane. And we'll be seeing Bamboo taking on the Visage for this game. Did I already see him? I don't think I did. Jaya will be the Nature's Prophet for this game. So those are all the heroes and players for EG. And iCCup on the dire side.
Yep, iCCup, they're going to be on the dire. In the top lane, they're safe tri lane. We're going to always want to fly. On the Leshrac, we just Zik taking up the Shadow Shaman. And Jackal playing the Lycanthrope. Mid lane's going to be handled by Resolution. Once again on the Dragon Knight, and their off lane will be covered by Mag, playing the illustrious Broodmother.
I believe he used to be a pretty good Broodmother as well back in the days. Not sure. Like he's always been the off lane.
Yeah, definitely.
So he has.
It's been a long time since we saw Broodmother get a lot of play.
Yeah.
Just as more and more heroes came out that were good at counter push, Broodmother became a weaker and weaker pick. And we'll see how it ends up working out for them. I mean, iCCup, they have to be aware that when they pick Broodmother there, whatever EG's last pick is probably going to be something that's going to counter Broodmother.
Yeah.
Sand King, one of the best ones. They know it's going to be lane there. And I expect this lane to go for Sand King.
And do you expect them to rotate? Because is Mag gonna go top when they, they've already seen that this is an aggressive trial lane. There's no doubt about that. Oh, Gale, Jackal was there straight away. They want to take down Beatus, and they will be able to. That's a first blood going the way of iCCup. But at least Shadow Shaman goes down with him. Bamboo in still a bit of trouble. Still trying to chase it around. Looking for that soul assumption perhaps. He doesn't have the mana yet for another 3 mana. Will he be able to take 1 more mana left? He doesn't have it. And then he goes down. Always want to fly with a double kill. And EG starting off 1 kill behind. The first blood behind. And giving a double kill to the supportless Shrek. Who of course upgrades the courier very fast with that. And will give the rest of the team a better lane with that. But yeah, good start for iCCup.
Yeah, getting first blood and a double kill on one of your supportless Shrek, who does well with farm. Shrek just a hero that does very well with farm. And it's in your tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, so iCCup already taking advantage there. Again, probably going to be struggling down this bottom lane for Broodmother, and mid lane, I kind of expect it to be a wash, much like it was in the last game. Maybe Resolution doesn't get picked off as easy, just because the EG don't have as great of a ganking potential. Obviously Venomancer and Visage are very strong, but I don't think they're going to be able to get the angle they want on Dragon Knight in this particular game, at least not while allowing Spectre to get any sort of farm.
I think so too. I really like the ward placement, of course, that allowed iCCup to really know what EG was doing. So they placed the ward, they got the shackle, and they got the kill with that. But it does cripple them a little bit because they don't have clear vision of what's happening around there-ish. Do they have any sentry wards actually, just in case? Yes, they do. Okay, Shadow Shaman's got sentry wards just in case there's going to be a block for the creep camp. As Fear tries to get some pause, might actually be disconnected considering he's just standing there. And Bamboo actually paused the game. And indeed, there is a crash. No problem, bro. Always on the fly being the bro. Well, not that... There's not a crash if you don't go offline. False alarm.
Yep, false alarm. Alright, so everyone's back to normal. It looks, Fear's moving around again, so it looks like he's good.
Yep.
We'll see what happens up in this top lane. You gotta give credit to iCCup with that early lead, and now they're gonna have the advantage.
Yeah, they're gonna try again. Bamboo this time a little bit further out, but he does stay Split Earth. They want to go for Regel Zig. They do take him down. Spectre with a kill is now on the run. Edict is still ticking down. 4 always want to fly, so that's quite some damage going through, but at least it's getting split up right now. And EG back himself off without any casualties. And that means that his kill score is back to even. And that means that the Shadow Shaman is going to be a little less aggressive probably next time if he doesn't know that there is a creep wave to back him up.
Yeah, I think Quacha Sick needs to be a little more aware of his hero's capabilities, I guess. Shadow Shaman is not the hero you want to be standing all the way in the midst of a creep wave and 3 heroes with it level 2. Because you're going to die real quick. And of course Shackle's a very good duration stun at level 1, 2.5 seconds. But it's basically stuns yourself too. So we'll see if they maybe slow that aggression down a little bit. There's not a ton of burst damage, I guess, for follow-up there. They can't just hope that, oh, we're going to hold the Shackle for 2.5 seconds and they're going to die in it.
No. And that's exactly what happened just now. In the meantime, it's Demon that actually has taken quite a bit of harassment here. He did put down a sentry, but not able to get much more out of that one just yet. But with the Caustic Finale, I mean, Mag is actually making sure that he's not spawning Spiderlings. So that's his theory about dealing with this Sand King. Pretty effective, to be fair.
Yeah, he's making it so that Demon's not really necessarily doing as much as he normally would, but he's also not pressuring the tower the way a Broodmother might otherwise be trying to. He's not able to farm the jungle also while he's down in this off lane, which is another common technique used by Broodmothers. And, you know, Meg's he's sort of counteracting the strength of the Caustic Finale and what the Sand King's whole goal is in this lane, but he's not really accomplishing much of his goal in the meantime either.
Oh, he's able to keep his bottle full with the double damage rune, meaning that Jo doesn't go for those runes, doesn't have a bottle, so I don't blame him. Jo is actually doing quite okay in this mid lane, 19 for 9. Dragon Knight's doing a little bit better though, 24 to 4. So Resolution getting ahead here in this mid lane. At the same time, it's okay for Jo to do as he does. I mean, yes, he is kind of far from dependent, but he is fairly level dependent as well, and that's why he's sitting here and he's getting the levels. So he is doing just okay. The question is, when is he going to try to rotate? Is he going to help out top when the next time that they go on someone? As we just Zik is looking for someone again. Perhaps to find another Shackle. Up on Beatus again. The Gale's still there up on 2 though. Beatus taking a lot of damage and Split Earth will be there to kill him up. But we just Zik this time. Is he going to die again? Yes, he is. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through. Jackal in some trouble. Takes a Soul Assumption to the face as in comes Jo looking for the pickoff. Question is if there's going to be enough damage. There should be enough damage. Split Earth comes up on Jo. Jackal goes for Fear. Can't find him. Another Soul Assumption could be there if Bamboo wants to take it. Just wants to spam it out on someone. The Shrek still takes down on Nature's Prophet. That's actually a pretty big loss for EG. And the Shackle up on Bamboo. He goes down as well. And all of a sudden, iCCup. It just took too long for EG to make it happen. And they lose their core hero, core carry, and their mid laner. And basically, they lost everybody. They lost 4 heroes there. Beatus died first. Visage died. Nature's Prophet died. Spectre died.
And they got Shadow Shaman down once, right?
Yep, and the other 2 just get away with very low life, granted, but getting away regardless. If they would have a ward out there, they would have been able to get a kill. I think. If they had some extra vision there.
It's possible Beatus is in a little bit of trouble, but the Wolves are going to die before they can finish him off. And now he's kind of just going to be forced all the way back to base, it looks like, with 100 HP. So, while they're effectively shutting down the Broodmother, maybe, they're not doing anything to this top lane, and the situation is getting worse and worse. And if iCCup builds up an advantage with this kind of team, where they're just going to go complete tower blitz on them, it's going to be real rough for EG to hold on to it. They had trouble last game when their pushing was nowhere near as powerful as it is this one. It was certainly good pushing, but it wasn't this great a pushing.
Yeah, Fear is just not getting enough farm here to really do anything about it. He is going for that build that you can be aggressive with early on, so Phase Boots, Drums probably next. Just so that he can still have some kind of an impact in the mid game. And actually, they want to try to turn this around. Sand King, Demon, has got himself an invisibility rune. There is a Sentry Ward around there though, and I think they scouted him out. Burrow Strike will still be there. Epicenter being charged up, and that's going to be chasing down Jackal. In comes the TP from Jo. They take down Jackal. That's a good one. Won't be able to take down anybody else though. And I really hope for them that they can get a tower out of this. Otherwise, Jo just TP'd in here for nothing.
Yeah, and they need to do it quickly because the longer you spend away from this bottom lane, the more spiders there are.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Army created by Mag, realizing he's finally low, and the Howl instantly, look at all these spiderlings, mean and bad. And glowy as well. And I mean,
these
Demon.
Are scary spiders.
Demon doesn't have a TP scroll. He is walking there. He's gonna be too late.
Yeah, he teleported up to the top lane, so even if he had bought one, it wouldn't have allowed him to do anything. So, yeah, and Shadow Shaman's getting kills in the top lane.
Yeah, maybe Fear. Oh, Fear gets in a hex. Here goes the wolf form looking for Beatus. The Shrek still goes down to the Visage. That's a good one, but Bamboo might die for that one as well. As the bear. Ooh, yeah, the wolves get him. Oh, Fear's next. Gets a dagger going, but yeah, they're not going to chase that. Still 2 supports down on the top lane, tower down on the bottom lane. So EG losing quite a bit of control with that one rotation. Though they did rotate everybody top, they lost 2 towers in the end over it. Even Dragon Knight went for a push here on the mid lane and got himself the tower denied. Regardless, tower is dead, and that's not good news for EG. iCCup doing really well already with their strategy right now.
Yeah, the denying the tower is like a thing you don't want to happen, but with this lineup from iCCup, the goal is to get these towers down quickly. So if you have to get 1, maybe 2 denied, just to make sure that you get them down quickly, I think it's an acceptable loss for iCCup.
Me too.
In their current situation.
I agree. It's pretty decent. In the meantime, Mag is back up against the Sand King. I mean, that's one of the downsides, as we just experienced. I mean, the moment that you leave that lane, Mag is gonna take advantage of that and is gonna push it. And that's exactly what happened. Does mean that Sand King in theory could go for a bit of extra farm, but it does also mean that he probably won't be able to put his farm to all that he could use, because he will be forced back to the bottom lane constantly, not being around with his team, forcing out team fights. And if you are up against that Broodmother and you know that he will take down towers, you're at least able to trade things. But you want to be able to trade them and not be able to give them away like you just did. So trading a tier 2 for a tier 2, if you can. Trading good, but EG in no position yet to take anything of their own, and they're actually going to be having to deal with the full wrath of iCCup by the looks of it. And I say full, but the Broodmother is of course not here, but he never will be. So this is basically the full wrath of iCCup on the top lane.
Yeah, and it draws Sand King up here again, and that's the important part. If Sand King gets drawn up to this top lane, Broodmother's immediately going to lay the pressure on. The tower goes down. EG can't do anything about it. Nice
3-man Gale. Burrow Strike there as well. In comes the Hex though. That's gonna be Sand King dead. Can they find more? Jackal can't find anybody right now because everybody is on the hunt, on the run. EG backing off, losing their Venomancer, losing their tower. Is it over yet? I don't think so. They could continue pushing this. They don't have the wards anymore, but they do have a level 4 Edict. And of course still the Dragon form from Resolution. Playing it careful. Dragonite, by the way, this time again goes for the mechanism for his team.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out last game. Why not go for it again? He's getting some farm. He's probably one of their better heroes to try and get on. Obviously, Broodmother, that doesn't seem really ideal since you need some items on Broodmother to just push as quickly as possible. And Mech's not really the best at that.
Those spiders look really cool, by the way.
Yeah, they're like on fire. It's crazy.
Sorry.
It's intense. No, I was talking about it earlier. Yeah. This is some intense spider stuff going on here. Jo might be in some trouble.
Yeah, he might be in the trouble of getting surrounded here by a bit of spiderlings. Sprouts himself, so surrounds himself. Still has some spiderlings in it, but Mag can't interrupt him, so lets him go.
Yeah, so they're forced to come down to this bottom lane. They bring several heroes, but Mag rather, is just gonna farm it up. Head to the jungle, send the spiders to kill some neutrals, because you don't need to be in lane if they're all gonna sit there in a second. They get distracted again. Gonna put the pressure on, and this is the kind of thing EG really can't afford. They're being pulled back and forth all over the map, and they're still losing towers. They're losing heroes. They have to be able to actually make something happen if they're going to rotate heroes around and try and commit to a defense. They have to actually successfully defend.
Yeah, force iCCup around instead. Of course, that's what you have a Nature's Prophet for, but he needs a lot more farm before he can start doing that. And in terms of net worth, he is not doing bad because he's actually the highest of his team. But he's being passed by and the Broodmother and the Dragonite. And I mean, there's just no strength yet in EG to really start pressuring iCCup. And they need to get pressured because otherwise, as you said, they're just going to dominate this game and orchestrate who's where and when. And how. And why.
Exactly. All of those things.
All of those things.
Are going to be determined right now. And it looks like Lycan has a Vlad's and a Medallion, and he ports towards the bottom lane. I wonder what he's doing.
Oh, could it be Roshan?
Oh look, he walks right into the Roche pit. That's weird.
Who knew that?
So we're going to see a Roshan attempt come out here from iCCup, and with this, they might just start forcing these tier 2s. Or, I mean, they pretty much have to just start forcing these tier 2s. This is the sort of thing that needs to be done at that point.
I mean, what's that to stop them?
Well, the fact cooldown on Servant Wards, that's something. I'm surprised they actually used the cooldown. I don't think they needed to. Roshan goes down real quick with those wolves, with the Lycan,
and the Medallion.
The Howl, Medallion, the Vlad's Aura giving more damage.
I mean, everybody knows about the push strat, right? It's always the question about if you can execute it.
Yeah, everyone who's been around competitive Dota for a while has seen these push strats come out. And this one's actually a little bit more resilient than maybe the most recent one we saw. We saw iCCup run a push strat during the Starlighter Finals, actually.
It was with a Luna, right?
Yeah, I believe they used Luna as their carry, and they didn't have, like, Shadow Shaman or Brood.
Or Chen. They had Chen. By the way, Sand King gets picked off by the Broodmother. That was a solo kill. By the Broodmother.
Bad.
Yep.
Right, so yeah, these push strats are common but resilient of a push strat that I think what they were trying to run before. I don't know if they were working on this afterwards and they saw their kind of
Jackal.
other push
He has an Aegis, so he's feeling pretty brawlsy here.
Yeah. They're just forcing the tier 3. So this is exactly what they want to be doing.
Just 6 still goes down though. Visage MVP. There goes the tower. iCCup probably wants to back off. Let's see if EG can do something against it. Nice split earth. Stopping jail. But they're still trying to chase down someone. We just say, or a nice dragon tail. Always want to fly. Running for his life. Getting chased down by the Visage. Will end up going down. But that's the only... Like, they only get the 2 supports. Then they lose a tier 3. And what do they get? Like, they don't get farm. They don't get control. They lost their tier 3. And as you said at the start, like, denying towers sometimes is okay because you just want to have those towers down. Same thing applies here. I mean, you might have lost your supports, but hey, you've got a tower down. Next time you push, you got racks. It's that simple. Oh,
yeah, and Mag didn't have the success I think he needed in the bottom lane. Wasn't really able to get that tier 2 down, but they're going to stall up EG pushing back towards the tier 1. So EG have lost the tier 3 in the mid lane and haven't taken a single tier 1 on the map. Which is not really surprising considering what kind of lineup iCCup have. There's constant pressure appearing in these lanes, and EG have to figure out what they're going to do to survive, to stall up this push in the mid ground. They can't afford to lose racks in the mid lane again really early on. That's kind of what spelled their doom in the last game. There's just that big open hole for iCCup to just run in, and they ended up just going for tier 4s and closing the game out while EG were starting to claw back into it.
Yep. iCCup at this point looking for the top lane. I mean, they don't really need to look at the bottom lane. That's Broodmother's territory, where he's keeping Demon busy. Demon, who's by the way building towards a Blink Dagger, or saving up for a Blink Dagger. But look at how fast those towers drop, though. I mean, it's quite insane. And they're able to TP out. Question is, will they help Mag on the bottom lane before really going hard on the tier 3s and slash racks? Ooh, Necronomicons.
I don't really expect them to.
Necronomicons all around, people.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yep. Oh, they do get Leshrac though. He tried to TP himself out with too much damage coming out. We have got the drums and the face boots up on Sphere, but next to that, really doesn't have anything. We do have the Shadow Blade now up on Jo. With that, maybe able to split push, but really, where is he split pushing? Because he can't split push bottom. That's already a lane that he's never going to be able to split push at, because that's where Mag is at. And Mag is actually looking for the Sand King, who TPs himself out. Oh, in comes the Dragon Tail though. Dead Sand King. Nicely done. Haste Room for resolution, helping out. So you'd think that maybe split pushing middle, but that's not really normally a place that you see in Nature's Prophet, because there it's just very easy to get to the mid lane, no matter where you are. I mean, that's why it's middle. It's very simple. So not really a good place to split push in. So top lane, but top lane is actually the lane where iCCup is trying to, or probably were trying to take the tier 3 just now, as they do take down the Venomancer in the mid lane. They're just able to find out anybody everywhere.
Yeah, now there's 15 seconds for iCCup to just rush this mid set of racks, and I think they gotta go for it right now if they're going.
Yeah, Mag will take down the bottom tier 1, tier 2 in the meantime. Let's see how far iCCup can go. They've got the Dragon Form up again in 7 seconds. They've got that level 4 Edict. They've got the Howl and the wards. Why not use everything they have? And they do exactly that. TP comes in from the Venomancer. Burrow Strike Epicenter as well. That's actually gonna clean out the Leshrac, but Sand King goes down with that as well. Resolution will get brought down. That's nice. They saved their rack so far. No micro for these Serpent wards at all. And that's something that you should always try to go for.
Yeah, I can't believe that the Serpent wards were just like sitting around not doing anything.
Oh my. Can they actually get him? Should be able to. Maybe.
No,
Soul Assumption.
Fast.
Yeah, he's too fast indeed. Visit still goes down to the Broodmother, by the way. He was still able to pick her up. How about that?
And Jackal, is he gonna get barracks?
He should be able to. One more hit. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. There we go. Jackal gets it and runs himself away. Very safe. That is melee racks at 18 minutes in. TPs himself out into safety. No Burrow Strike from Demon, and that is the pushing strat at work. We have got 14k gold in favor of iCCup. Experience graph not that convincing, still around 7k in their favor though, but it's only 4 kills difference. And it's not experience that iCCup wants, it's buildings that they want. And if we look at the buildings graph, there is no graph, but I think it's pretty clear that iCCup is quite ahead there.
The buildings graph? That's what we need. Valve, get on that. Where's that buildings graph? Oh, there's a fantasy points menu now?
What?
When did this come up?
What?
F8 is fantasy points.
I have F8 bound to something else. For me it's O. Oh, but that's only if I have my own fantasy points, right?
No, I think this is for once the international starts and they're gonna have the like all those fantasy things, because I think it'll show everyone's points. Regardless, I never saw that before. I didn't know that was in. It's pretty good for iCCup right now that they got those racks down. If you stall out and you don't manage to just take